live and direct. What's going on, everybody? On my way to work, just figured I'd say what's up, see what everybody did this weekend, what y'all got going on. Anybody want to chat? Chilly chat. I got a 20-30 minute drive, so figured I'd get on here and say what's up. See if anybody want to pop in, see what everybody's weekend was like. Anything interesting happen? Or you just want to sit and chill and drink some coffee together? Y'all let me know. Let me know. Let's see what I get into. Man, it rains every weekend. But still got some stuff accomplished. Got some painting done. Look at my mug. It's all messed up from the damn dishwasher. Should have known this was going to be cheap. Thermos still works good. That's all that matters. I love painting, but painting on the ceiling, it sucks. She just bought me a paint sprayer. One thing with paint sprayers is it sends out that mist, and then all the little speckles get everywhere. In a brand new house, it don't matter, but in a house that you don't want to get speckles everywhere. So got that accomplished. Now I just got to figure out what to paint, rest of the colors I want to get. Still want to figure out what I'm gonna do with this floor. Yeah, got a couple of different options on the floor downstairs. Like I said, I got a concrete floor, right? So I can either put down this barrier and then put hardwood floor downstairs. Pretty simple and easy. You just got to do it. It seems harder than it is, but it's really not, as long as you got something to cut the boards with and good measuring tape and some common sense. But get that hardwood floor. But if it ever gets wet down in the basement, which my basement doesn't get wet, so now it used to, because there were some dumb things when I first bought the house that I didn't know. And I just thought, I don't know where I thought the water was coming from. I just thought it was something I couldn't fix. Thought it was going to be a major fix or something. I was going to have to call out a company and pay $10,000 to get it fixed. But it turns out, just by doing a little bit of due diligence, all I needed to do was plug a couple of holes that were on the outside in the concrete with some foam, and I haven't had a leak since. So that's where that procrastination comes into play, because I sat there for at least, because it didn't leak. It isn't like we get a lot of rain all the time. I mean, we do whenever it's springtime, obviously, but when I moved in, it was like winter time, so we weren't getting, I could feel a breeze coming through, but I just couldn't, because there's walls up, so I can't see the actual foundation when I first moved in my basement. So I just assumed, I'm like, man, it's a little breezy down here. Where's this wind coming in from? but you know, you first move in, you're not paying attention to stuff. So, and then, you know, we get rain here and there, and the rain would come through the cracks, and my basement would be wet. And I'm like, but it wasn't a lot, so I really wasn't like too concerned. I just knew there was a crack in the foundation somewhere. I just couldn't get to it because, like I said, the walls were up. And then, you know, I thought it was this window they had a crack in the window. So I replaced the glass in one of the like downstairs windows, and then that helped a lot of the water stay out. So I was like, okay, that's it. And then it was getting a little bit more water. I was like, so finally I went outside and looked, and in between the bricks where they put that the joints of the masonry concrete in between bricks whenever they're building your foundation, there was like a little couple of spots like this big where that had like corroded out, or you know, eroded out. Yeah, eroded out. Yeah. So I plugged them, went and got some foam, plugged those holes, and then now I got no water. So that's a good thing, because I sure thought I was gonna. So if I would have called out one of the water company, like waterproofing basement companies, they sure would have hit me with about 10,000 just to, and they wouldn't have told me that it was just a little bitty hole, like a little bitty hole that could be filled. They would have acted like I needed a whole new waterproofing system, which cost $10,000-$20,000. So, yep, and I just drove right past one. That's funny. But yeah, though, they definitely take advantage of people who, that's what, man, with all the information we have on YouTube and all the information we have on Google and ChatGPT, people, we gotta start, I know I gotta start doing my own. I already been like that just because I've been cheap. I'm a cheap person. So what's going on, Mr. Neil? How you doing this morning? RGC from Gaza. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? McDonald's, what's up, McDonald's? Let me get a sponsorship, McDonald's, even though, you know, y'all need some healthier options on the menu. We can work together. Get you some carnivore options, some keto options on the menu. You're from Gaza, man. Ooh. Sucks. I don't even know if I would speak on that. Think you got it bad because you on your way to work? Think you got it bad because you... So I'm saying, man, people got it way worse. I don't even want to know what's the... Man, the guys have been bombed like crazy. They getting ran over with terrorists. And the people in the middle just look like you don't know what to do, because you ain't got no guns. They ain't got no way to defend themselves for real. I mean, and if you do try to pick up a gun, I mean, if you ain't trying to help the terrorists that are there trying to take over, and they're either way, you just get screwed. You either got to just sit there and get blasted, try to get your family up out of Gaza. I mean, but that's the thing. They ain't trying to leave. They feel like it's theirs. Israel feel like it's theirs. That's a whole thing, man. That's a whole sad situation right there. It's a whole lot of people dying for no reason. Well, I told my kids this morning, because they're so comfortable in their life. My kids are so comfortable in their life, they haven't, you know, ever really had to experience anything negative, which I've tried to shelter them somewhat from as of now, just so they can have a good childhood. You know, but I wasn't sheltered to those things when I was a kid, so, you know, I was introduced to the cold world at an early age, and, you know, I feel like, I don't know what age to start introducing them, letting them know, because they think everything's, you know, YouTube land and fantasy world, and everybody's driving Lamborghinis and Cybertrucks. I'm like, bro, this is a cold world out here. It is not Lamborghinis and Cybertrucks like you think it is on YouTube. There's really people out here that will kill you just for being somebody that, you know, they different than somebody else. Like, this crazy. People are killing me just because I'm American. They don't even know me. That's because that's how people, man, that's how people are raised. I feel like it's a thing that you get raised to believe a certain thing no matter where you're at in this world. Whoever your family raised you to be like, because your family, you know, your generation, your grandparents taught your parents something, and then it's just like a generational thing that people just get taught, you know, whether it's religion, eating habits, you know, just way of, like, the way they live in their household, just all kinds of, you know, their morals, their principles, their integrity, all that stuff gets passed down from generation to generation. And it's until somebody breaks that generational curse of, man, I'm not believing that crap that you're feeding me. Like, hold on, let me do my own research. Because a lot of people, they don't want to do their own research. A lot of people just believe what their mom tells them. Because, I mean, as a kid, that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to listen to your parents until you get older. And then you realize most parents, or most adults, are dumb and don't know what they're talking about. They're just listening to what they hear on the news and then spitting it back out. Like, there's grown men I work with that listen to the news every day and believe what they're hearing after they've been lied to 1,000 times. Could you imagine being in a relationship with somebody and they lie to you every single day? And you catch them lying every single day for years and years and years. You just keep catching them lying, but then they tell you something else and you believe them? Or you sit there every day and let's talk to them on lunch. And, oh yeah, babe, blah, 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 blah. And then you find out, like, you believe them, and then you go home and find out it was a lie. But then the next day you talk to them on lunch again, and like, people are so crazy. You get, like, man, you believe everything out here on the news is crazy. But that's the world we live in. Most people don't even know they're being psyop. People don't even know what psyop means. That's crazy. How y'all don't know what psyop means, man? It's because y'all been psyop. Y'all the same motherfuckers that went and got your vaccine. Scary ass, thinking something finna happen to you. Y'all the same people that get mesmerized and sucked in. Just sad, because not me. I've always been an overthinker. I've always been thinking outside the box. So that's what I heard too. What's going on, Erwin? What's going on? How y'all doing? Where y'all from? From America. I see you got the flags up. What is that? Israel flag? I don't know. Looks like an Israel flag from America though. What's up, bro? How you doing? Mark of the beast, maybe? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's because people don't know they're being psyop though. Because can you really blame? I mean, you should be, like, a lot of people argue with people about it, but it's like, it's somewhat their fault, because as an adult, at this point in life, any adult, I don't know what age you are, but any adult over, let's just say 21, because 18 you're still pretty young, but 18, 21, you should start kind of opening your eyes. But a lot of people don't. They're so stuck in their ways, the way their parents teach them, the way their grandparents teach them, instead of kind of having an open mind and looking at things from all different sides. Like, anytime somebody tells me a situation, let's say something happened in the world yesterday that I don't know about, and I get to work, because I try to disconnect myself from all that stuff, right? So I go to work, and then people will tell me, hey bro, did you hear about this situation? Oh, it's crazy, ain't it? And I'll say, well, from the story that you're telling me, yeah, it does sound crazy, but let me do some homework. Because a lot of people, they don't want to do their homework. They don't do any research. They don't look into anything. All they do is listen to what they hear on the news, which we all know the news is going to twist the story You know, it's happened in my life, my whole life. You got the situation that happens, and then by the time somebody else hears about it, or by the time I hear about it, the whole story done switched up. You know, because it goes through so many people's mouths that everybody switches a story. You think the news is doing their research and actually want to put out the truth of stories? No, they want to say, how can we spin this to get as many clicks and views? Just like on YouTube. When we put YouTube videos on, you know, the people that, you know, they'll put out a good message and they'll say, you know, for their title, they'll put, I have a great message that I want everybody to hear. And they'll post that, and it won't get no views because you're being honest. So what do you got to do? You got to lie on your title to get clicks, to get the clickbait. You know? And then that's what they want. They want you to sit there, and then people click on it like, oh, this guy's having a horrible day. Let me click and see why. And they click, and then it's really you on there talking about how you're having a great day. And then people get mad. Man, this ain't what I clicked on. It's because people want negative. They don't want to hear positive. So you got to almost lie in your titles to sit there and get clicks and views, which is messed up. And they do the same thing in the news. So, oh, there's a car accident. Oh, well, let's lie and say that it was a 5-car accident and that, you know, there was a shooting involved and the guy was running from the police the whole time. It was just a bumper. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I try to stay. It's